Hello YouTube, how's everyone going? Chelsea, what's up brother? Hey man, how are you going? So today, a part of me was hoping we have a high action KvK where we can stream 1365 fighting a lot and all that, but this is where we are. So I'm in the starting zone farming, and the reason why I'm in the starting zone farming is because fight kind of ended yesterday. So as you can see, we were facing two normal kingdoms. So not Imperium, 1365 obviously is a big Imperium, and we were facing two normal kingdoms. So we obviously can't expect too much of them. This is how Imperium versus non-Imperium, even if it's 2 KD kind of goes. So they have two forts outside. So there's 30 RL and 29 TO. There are only two forts outside, and they're slowly getting burned as well. So maybe towards the tail end of this stream, we may see some more action. If they try to defend the fort for some reason, we may have some rally action and whatnot. Yesterday, we didn't actually have much rally action either. The bigger players did a lot of open field fighting, but you know this account, this is a small low spender account. I don't have any farms here or anything. So unless the fight is kind of meaningful, I can't exactly use my resources. So I kind of have to wait for the meaningful fights. So at the moment, there are people coming out of cities doing Pakal Herald, as you can see. With my almost free-to-play account, if I participate in this Pakal Herald situation, then I'm not gonna get good trades out of it. So, and this is how much of a lack of fighting we kind of did. So yesterday, until the two kingdoms kind of decided to give up. Where is it? This is how much fighting we got. So up until this point, it was meaningful. So this is going to be embarrassing. I know if I had my main account, I probably would have pushed a little bit more, but then we only got 200k kills yesterday. But then in a day, if this is how it looks, I think you can kind of tell why the number is so low. But anyways, this is not where the most fun action is taking place in this KvK. So if you look at the minimap up top, you'll see that water camp on the right hand side. So top right hand corner, have a look. You'll see that water camp on the right hand side, 2255 and 2378. They're in a different color. So they actually decided to not to go with 1365, not to go with 1846. They kind of decided to go their own way. So that's where there's a lot of action. So they didn't come out towards the 1846 side. Obviously, no one comes out towards 1846. So our allies here, smartly, they didn't go towards 1846 as well. No one wants to fight 1846. They're too strong. But anyways, the water camp kind of decided to go upwards. Now, they had a decent action-packed day yesterday. So with the lack of fighting that we had in our zone, we were kind of watching, you know, what type of action they have. So on the right-hand side, 2255 has managed to push in quite a bit. So they're at the pass almost. So they're burning that flag there, and after that, they're touching the pass. And they're guarding the pass, basically, already. So this pass on the right hand side, they're all the way there. There's a little bit of a territory there, but that's gonna get disconnected soon. And here again, 55 has managed to, well, there's not just 55, there's 78 as well. So 78 and 55 has managed to push in quite a bit on this side. So what does that do? That kind of gives 1846 a little bit of a headache, because if this water camp decided not to fight at all and kind of stayed within their zone, then the 1846 side, I mean 1020 I think is there. So 1020 and 2342, so they wouldn't have wasted some troops here, and they did some waste troops. They did waste some troops there, so that's in a way good for 1346. but then they're not, apparently they're not allied or anything. Nen M, what's good, bro? Hey man, the action here, water camp. So isolated 2255 and 2378, apparently not allied with 1846 and not allied with 1365. So they're doing their own thing. And then as you can see, even on the left hand side, they have pushed in a little bit. They have some presence here. They're fighting at quite a few places, and they're burning their enemies. So the enemy, I think, has decided to go back as well. The enemy is not fighting back as much. By enemy, I mean the red side. So the white side on their own have managed to somewhat take control of this zone. Now, they obviously won't be too focused on going any other zones, because if they do, they're gonna have to fight 1846 or 1365. So white is being the oddball here, if you want to put it that way. 1846, heavy breathing. Yeah, man, I can feel that. I can feel that breath on my shoulder. 1846. As in the day they come, everything kind of gets destroyed. But anyway, so these are the only two contested areas. So white fought red here, and looks like white is winning, and white is the lonely isolated camp. And then over here, 1365 from the blue side obviously have won, and they have wrapped up 2330 and 2329 here. And this is obviously expected, but that's not the end for this camp. 30 and 29, they can come out this way, and they will come with their allies, and 1365 will have a big fight over here on their hand. We will go all in when pass 5 opens. Then M, when you say we will, you're 1365, are you? Or are you 1556? Because based on your previous comments on the other days, I thought you're from 1556. So are you talking about 1556 or 1365? So anyways, guys, only 200k kills here. So not pushing at all. In the next zone, we're gonna be fighting a bit more, obviously, and that's going to be a lot more meaningful. And a small account like mine, which I have here in 1365, we need to kind of, you know, focus on what we have. Nen M 1759. Okay, 1759 is over here. Yep, very smartly. I mean, you know, it doesn't make sense going fighting against 1846. So yep, so next zone, you can come out with the allies in the left corner, and that'll be a good fight, hopefully. Now guys, that's all we wanted to say about the 1365 KvK. Now let's go have a look at the 1556 KvK next. So we are going to kind of scroll through 3 KvKs. So the 1365 versus 1846, and now 1556 versus 1254, and the first thing we're gonna again check is 1244 is still Imperium. So it's not a good sign for 1556, but let's go and have a look how they're doing, whether they have pushed in any more. Excuse me. So where did we leave it yesterday? So yesterday we were looking at this pass 5. Actually, let's change the minimap. Where's the minimap? Close that. Open the 56. Yep, got the 56. Yep, we got the 56 minimap now. Okay, no more hide and seek against 846. Yeah, I guess we gotta face them one day and get destroyed. I mean, if fate has written that we get smashed by 1846, then we do, I guess. Yeah. So again, we see that 1556 is not pushing in through that pass, and they only pushed in on day 1 a little bit. They have full control over the zone now, and that fort is the last remnants, and that should be obviously burning down pretty soon. That's a 2100 fort. But other than that, 1556 has full control. But full control may not be enough. Well, I am actually gonna say definitely not enough, because the definition of enough for 1556, more so than the territorial I guess, control would have been if they managed to get 2244 to drop Imperium. Now they haven't. Now through the mountains here, they have some territory, and there has been some fort burning as well. But then they're not long-term burning, as in only one of them, and that's repairing. And I know that over time, from time to time, they have burned them, but this is not necessarily a push through. Then I'm 1816 getting clapped left and right, wrong game plan. Clever play by 56. 1860, that's the KvK. We'll have a look at Esmen, and then we'll check that out and see how that's going. Now over here, 1556 does have a bit of a presence. But then when it comes to the other side, the enemy side, okay, they're rallying. We got action. So the action is good, but I guess what 1556 should be hoping for is non-stop action that makes 2244 drop Imperium. Now if that doesn't happen, then in the next zone they're gonna suffer like quite a lot. So what have we got here? It's a XY Nevsky. Ninja is rallying, Ninja KM. And we got Zenobia, and I can't see this, Flavius. Zenobia and Flavius in action. Then it's a trap for 56. And trap or not, if 2244 is still Imperium, then like before past 6 open, if 56 can't get them to drop Imperium, they're gonna be in trouble, man. I think. So now, one of the things you can probably notice here is 56 is pushing in numbers. So they have a lot of numbers there. And you do see a lot of 2244 cities around, right? Like if we zoom out, you'll see this is fully 2254. So what they're smartly doing is, because the garrison of Zenobia and Flavius is quite meta now, and it's really hard to take them down, all 2244 is doing is some counter rallies and then just refilling the fort. So they're not wasting resources or speed ups in field fighting. So I want to believe 2244 still has quite a bit of speed up and resources, and in terms of their troops, yes, quite a bit of troops are probably dying whilst trying to keep the reinforcements up, but not enough is dying. And the reason why I say not enough is dying is again the Imperium status. Then only few days left for pass. Need to act. Yeah, I think, I mean, like what else do you do though? Like if you think about it, like I'm sure 56, whenever we are streaming, it's not 56 prime time, but we still see them, you know, kind of going for the rallies and all that. But then from an action point of view, what I would say is, like 56 is a bigger KD than being able to, you know, do one rally. So 56 probably should be able to do multiple rallies. Now this one is already burning, so there's no point trying to rally it again. But then, like, I don't know, maybe whilst burning them, having, actually it doesn't matter, because I was gonna say maybe having some action there as well, but that's 2100, so that's not the 2244 camp. 2100 is not that powerful. Like they're quite depleted already, so the kingdom that's not depleted is 2244. So yeah, this is probably the only way, I guess. But then this presence then in a way has to be non-stop. Now if you ask me to be here non-stop 24 hours, I would probably say F off, because I can't. I got a job and a family and all that, so you can only be here for, you know, few hours. Everyone has probably few hours, most people play a game. But what they're doing is not bad, but to have a better performance, obviously more is expected. Egli, I think past 6 in that KvK opens Monday. Yep, I think someone mentioned it opens on Monday. You're right, Elgi. NM 56 lost almost $1 billion power each. I mean, each alliance, you mean? Yeah. So the thing is, like, not only they have to make 2244 lose power, but they kind of have to not lose as much. So they need to make 2244 weaker, but at the same time with good trades, so that they're not losing too much, so that they still have some in the tank. So this is a very hard task. This is a very hard task. This is not, in a way, it's not realistic. Now, the other day, I was telling for, and this is the funny one, I was actually telling for that, you know what, if I was 56 leadership, I'll fight this zone, and then I'm gonna go back to, you know, starting zone and not fight the rest of the KvK. I'm just gonna say this is not a matchup, a fair matchup, so I'm not fighting. And then you know what Fo said? Fo said, good thing you're not the 56 leader then. So he kind of insulted me, but then he's a friend, so I can accept that. But yeah, it's probably a good thing that I'm not kind of in the leadership of any kingdom. Then you'll see a lot less action, because unless it's a realistic fight to win, I don't want to fight. Hey, but that shouldn't bother you guys, because whether I'm fighting or not, we're still watching action, right? So it doesn't matter whether I'm fighting. As long as you're seeing action, you're happy. And also, again, my marchers on the right hand side, they're farming because 1365 won their zone, so there's no fighting. So there's no point for me to go and fight, you know, Pakal Herald out of the city and get bad trades. Now 56, as you can see, is being pushed back, so they actually haven't managed to get the fort to burn. Now every rally obviously can't burn a fort, and the 2244 is coming out. They're fighting in heavy numbers, as you can see. They're pushing back 56. Now this is where I think if 56 is focusing on just one area, and they are focusing on just one area. So let me just clarify what I'm trying to say. So this fort burning already, right? This fort burning already. So it's not like they have a presence here or need to have a presence there. Some marches here, that's not the end of the world. They can probably be on the left. But other than that, it's not like they're fighting anywhere here. They're definitely not pushing in here. And they're not under pressure here either. And they're not pushing in here. Well, they are, sorry, my bad. They are pushing in here. But to do what? There's a little bit of a number here. To do what though? On that, you see a rally? I don't see a rally. I guess what I was trying to say is, and this is not a strategy that I'm kind of coming up in my head. This is what I faced from 1v. They do it very successfully. So one of the KvKs against them, they went, I'm not in the right area. Okay, this is the right area. One of the KvKs, we were in this, you know, trying to do this fort defense thing. And what 1v did is, at first they rallied all three, didn't get much luck. So what they did is they went one at a time. So when 1v came with full force, it did take them half an hour, but then when they came with full force, half an hour later, that fort was burning, and then the other fort was burning, and the other fort was burning. Now, compared to 2244, the KD I was in is much weaker, but compared to 1v, 56 on paper should be stronger. So that should be burning, I want to say. Yalgi, but yeah, he's right. Leader of that side of a kingdom needs to be fighting 24/7 all KvK for the KD till you're out of troops. You're exactly right, Egli. As in, that's actually a better comment. I mean, If you can't fight 24/7, why would you get, fighters to join your KD? Why would you have the reputation of being a big fighting KD? So, good thing that Po is one of the leaders there, not me, I guess. So that's a good call. Not just leader, but most whales in general. Yes, true. I mean, so you're exactly right. So if most people, not just leaders, if most of the bigger players, people that are contributing towards your Imperium number or Imperium weight, unless they're kind of willing to, call in sick the couple days for each pass opening or something, you're not gonna get the expected reward. Like, look at 1412. So 1412 fought like what? Like 2 weeks. For 2 weeks straight, 1412 was online fighting Three Kingdoms. So was 1647, that other KD. And both of them were very impressive. Now 1556 is kind of doing the same. But I'm just explaining, Fo's comment. Then guerrilla warfare. Did you get cold? Yeah, man, I got cold and flu. So I sound a little funny, feel a little drained, and I was thinking about not streaming, but then I got bored, and then I thought, just do it. Elgi, and really 1556 and 1846 don't care that much if the other KvK is hard, because it just means more power drop, more migrants after KvK, and shows more to everyone that they can do. Again, you're the voice of wisdom today, Egli. So what you said, those are pretty much the things Paul said. Now, after that conversation, I actually asked for whether one of the days on live stream, whether he wants to come in, just on voice, and whilst we're watching 56 Action, we can hear from him directly, as in what does he have to say about not their strategy, but what do they have to say about their performance, as in, is he happy, is he sad, what did he expect, what's his call on this KvK, and what's next for 1556, and so on. And then he said he may, but then he gave me a UTC time that doesn't kind of suit me. So we are gonna try to figure out a day when we can kind of do it. But anyways, guys, to my point again, like, where's the rally? Like, I see a lot of marches. Where's the rally? Now, it could be that the rally is coming in, and with the rally, all the marches will go in. That obviously makes more sense, so I hope that's the case. So we're just gonna keep an eye over here for the time being. MNH. These are just KE fighting, bro. I guess no real action until passing. In a way, true. So today is KE, so quite a few people are eager to have open field fighting, I guess. But then again, from 56 side of things, like, they need to do something to make 2244 drop Imperium or drain their resources. So I mean, yeah, they need to do something. Aiming to drain 4 of 846 alliances. That's our goal. And that's very ambitious. Like, have you checked the top 10 alliances in 846? You think you can drop that? Wow, I'm coughing a lot. Viet, your main account is in 1348. Migration to Dao Roi. Hey man, what's Dao Roi? I don't know what that means. Zonkers. Hey, good evening. Hey man. Zonkers, good to have you here. Viet, show kill points for good father. Yep. We can definitely do that. He's fighting here somewhere. I saw his marches earlier. Let's see if I can find his city. So he should be somewhere here, right? Yep, there he is. He's the king. 31. So it actually hasn't gone up quite a lot from yesterday. So the first 3 days of fighting in this zone, it went up quite a bit from 29.5. So he added about 2 billion, but in the last 24 hours, it hasn't gone up as much. His deaths in the last couple days hasn't gone up that much either. So what I feel from just his stats is last couple days, either he has been busy or 56 hasn't been pushing as much. Then we ain't alone when pass 5 opens. Yep, so when pass 5 opens, then it's gonna be 846 versus 4 kingdoms, right? I mean, normally you'd say that's a hard fight, but you're talking about 846. So even against 4 kingdoms, somehow they're gonna pull off. So this is where a lot of respect for 1846 comes in. So not only they're high powered, but they recruit very well. Like everyone over there are kind of big fighters. So Zonkers, maybe 3 days open pass. Yeah, in 3 days time. Here 1556, 1254. I think Monday, sometime Monday pass opens. Okay guys, so this looks like it's a lot of open field fighting going on, and someone mentioned it could be KE, just KE, not necessarily a big push. I was kind of hoping otherwise. This fort is burning, but then, like as you can see, there's no more rallies here. So it's mostly open field. Maybe they want to clear the open field first, but on KE you probably don't clear open field, I guess. Like KE, everyone comes out and fights. Okay, so now that we had a look here, and we can obviously come back here again, but I want to go and have a look at the 1860 KvK and just check it out a bit. And then I'm 30 billion to 160 billion, holy moly. 300 billion to 167. Yeah, you're talking about good father. Yeah, in the first 3 days he like fought a lot, but then the last couple of days, you know what, maybe he ran out of resources. That can happen. Probably more like he was busy though. Okay, now let's take off that mini-map and let's put on the 1860 mini-map, and let me just look up 1860. And we're gonna have a look at 1860 versus 1093. 1860, have a look. Okay, so something, so this KvK, I think if it was 1860 versus 1093 clean with other, support kingdoms, if you want to put it that way, would have been really exciting. Where this one kind of gets funny is Lilith has put in a third big kingdom. So you got the 2 big kingdoms here, and then you have the third big kingdom. And I'm sure they tried to distribute, as evenly as possible, but having that third big kingdom, and that's in favor of 1860. I don't know. I think it's still somewhat fair or like even, but then just 1034 1v. I'm so scared of 1v. Like I have nightmares, if you wanna say it that way. I ain't saying we're gonna beat them. I'm saying we're gonna drain them. Yeah, man, that'll be great. Anything against them is great. Like they're the biggest. TNV8, where will your main account migrate to? My main account, I don't know. I've been thinking about 1556, and I thought about 1365, where my other account is. So both these options kind of in my head at the moment. Okay, so what we want to look at here, let's look at the minimap where there should be action. So we're just looking at the minimap now. So 1860 has been fighting here on the right. 1860 has gone down as well, south. So they have enemies on both sides. They're trying to fight both areas. So we're going to look at both sides. And then we got 1034 down south. And 1034 obviously has gone up. And they control the zone to their left, and to their right they have allies, so no contention there. And the zone 1v has taken, no one contested 1v, so 1v is kind of, you know, no fight yet. And then 1671 on the right hand side, they're supposed to have enemies on both sides, right? So 1671, how strong are they? They have gone up. This is contested and looks like they're fighting. And then on the left, they haven't gone out. So they have decided to go one direction, right? Or am I looking at it wrong? No, they did go out one direction somewhat. Like they did a little bit of a flagging here. FRRH, nobody expects 03 and 21 can push 1860. Yep, nobody did. Like, I still don't. I mean, I think 1860 can come out and win that zone, but we will obviously, you know, check what's happening. I haven't really followed much. This is the first time on stream we are having a look at the zone, so we'll figure out what's happening, man. Then 1860 made a wrong decision going both sides. Could be, like, I think they can handle both sides, but maybe could have gone one side first, other, I don't know. But I like, based on their power and all that, I thought they can handle both sides. Okay, so on this area on the right hand side, 1671 is doing good. They haven't won it completely, but they're doing good. Now going up again, 1093 has any allies on the left, so the left doesn't count, so they are coming down. And 1093 obviously very strong, and they have their opponent wrapped up. Okay, so there is a situation here where this camp over here, let me just get the kingdom names right. What are the kingdoms here again? I mean, need to find two cities and we can check. So we got 1501 and we got the raise KD. Which KD is raise and all? Is that like real raise? 1501 and 1965. So 1501 and 1965 actually has the chance of getting fully locked in. So let's look at their action. Let's see what's happening. Okay, 71 pushing out of their zone. Well, there's no action here at the moment, but they are burning their enemies and they're repairing. And this fort is isolated, so that's probably burning as well. And they are pushing towards the pass. So is there action here? Yes, there should be action here. So this is going to be a key battle here in terms of whether 71 can push in, burn that, and that's repairing. So they have been burning that previously, I would guess. So we want to see if there's like a rally action coming in. You know what? For the time being, until pass 6 opens in the 1556 KvK, this may be more action packed to check, more so than the 1365 and 1556 KvK at the moment, for the next couple days at least. Okay, so there's one beautiful fighting area here, and then flags are not touching here. So important thing, 71 has kind of taken care of that iron, so that's not, doesn't look like that's being contested. Now there's a fortress from 1501 which is still intact, and there should be some fighting here as well. Yep, and there is. So 1671, I think 1670, I actually do not think, we just saw 1671 is Imperium, so 1671 definitely has the power to take care of their opponents. Now, whether they're that active, whether they're that determined, that's something we're going to see over the next couple of days. Now, their flag over here, they could be burning that as well. So, a lot of initiative to take on 71's behalf. Uncle B, 1860 can't fight both sides. They have like 2.5 fighting alliances. They should have secured one side to be sure of getting to next zone, because this is right from nature. Uncle B, you could be right, man. So whether they have the power to take both sides or not, I think it is probably safer. What you said is, take control of one side and then consider breaking out on the other. Like, I actually watched a little bit of Flash stream yesterday, and from what I understood, on the right hand side they had a full push, and from what I saw, maybe on the left hand side or the bottom side they were not having a full push, but they were just making sure they don't get locked out, maybe. Like, I'm not too sure, but that's a strong KD. So I mean, even now they can change their focus if they want. Now we are gonna look at that area as well, but since there's like a lot of action going on here, oh my god, we found a Guan. Hey Guan, why you in garrison? Oh my god, is that, no, that's not, oh my god, I was gonna say that, is that the garrison leader going in? No, the garrison leader isn't going in. Then they underestimated 603 and 21. They may have, yeah, maybe, but then they're kind of in both zones, right? Like, it's not like they lost both zones. But anyways, maybe I should talk about that when I'm having a look at it, right? Otherwise I'm like shooting in the blind. Monarch 860 and 1v will got steamrolled by 93. If you see honor roll, you'll get an idea on how active 93 is. Hey man, I think out of all the kingdoms in this KvK, I know, like, well, not that I know, like, my opinion would be, yes, definitely 93 is the strongest. So out of the three, I think 93 is the strongest. But then having, like, you know, having been smashed by 1v couple times and horribly smashed, I'm kind of scared of them. And I think I was just kind of trying to say that if it's 1v and 1860, then it may be a very tough battle for 93. But then if 93, if anyone can do it, I mean, 93 is one of them. 93 is definitely a strong cake. TNV at 1860 being pushed by, yep, they probably are. We're gonna have a look there as well. And then 846 used their brain fighting 1075. 1846 did a very good job fighting 1075 in the KvK that you were talking about. So back then I didn't have a YouTube channel, but then I was so eager to watch that fight. I think I watched almost every single minute of Chisgul stream, and yeah, 1846 did like an OP job. Okay, so you know how we just want to see rallies, and everywhere we look we just see open field. So I don't see a rally coming in there, but maybe it will take a bit more time to get the rally done, because they don't own the field yet. Maybe they're waiting to own the field, but at least the fight has broken out here. Now just going back and checking that other pass, I mean the other area. Nope, this is where they're having a standoff. Okay, good timing. King skill comes in. So who is going to be the brave one and do the rally? Is the rally going to be from left to right or right to left? Is it 71 or is it, I forgot the name of the kingdom. Let me click on someone and check that again. So is it going to be 1965 or is it going to be 1671? Who pushes in first? Now 1671, they're unlucky, they don't have the king skill. So king skill came on the left hand side, but they're not moving. The people on the right hand side, they are the king skill. They saw their opponent king skill and they moved in, because how dare you use the king skill on us? So who has more numbers? The only way to tell is if you zoom out. So if we zoomed out, and I think 1671 has a lot more numbers. So that flag, I mean, we probably will say goodbye to that flag pretty soon. And then if you look at the cities though, how many cities do they have here? 2 pretty decent cities, but not a lot. Few bubble cities. Nah, actually they do have like some cities here, so but then it's at an awkward position, so it's probably going to be hard to reinforce. But either way, fight has broken out. But then rather than sticking to one fighting area, I wanted to go through the whole map first. Now something happened to my chat. What happened? Now before I check what happened there, let's look for other fighting areas. 71 has pushed in all the way. They're touching that iron as well. They're burning 2 forts here, I want to say, are they? Yep, they're burning 1 fort here. They're burning 1 fort here. Wow. Like 1671, people know that they're a strong KD, kind of. But they're doing very good. But Imperium versus 2 non-Imperium. So in a way, like, it's kind of expected, right? Is it not? Okay. So in terms of action, I think the only area that's left for us to have a look at is 1860. So lots of comments about 1860. Let's see how they're going. So on the right hand side, this KD over here, 2224, is it? 2224. They haven't taken one of their passes. They haven't taken one of their passes. Okay. All right. And 1860 has pushed in all the way to this pass. So guys, you know how you said, some of you guys said like they shouldn't have gone both ways? Like they own this zone already, almost. So how was it wrong? This was burning, it kind of got low. DN flag is not burning. Now they're pushing in. Maybe they can put some pressure, true, yes. But then look at all those flags. Like, look at how far they got in. This fort kind of doesn't mean anything. 1860 can probably burn through that. And there's a big bit of fighting going on here. And whose flag is burning? 1860 flag not burning. The other people flag 2224 is burning. And this is not even contested yet. When that comes in, it's double rally territory. Okay, now let me have a read of chat whilst we're looking at that fighting. Because everyone said it was a mistake. Like, I don't see how it was a mistake. I haven't looked at the bottom yet, true, but if you went this way and you won this zone, then why wouldn't you kind of try to go both ways? Okay, now when I scroll through chat, for some reason the stream kind of stops. Okay, guys, if I missed your chat, because I'm kind of finding it hard to go back and find the what's it called, comments and all that. So if I missed anything, feel free to ask again or comment again. I'll obviously try to read it out. Okay, Uncle B, Nen M, there are very few kingdoms that can fight on two sides. Even 1846 can't really, and they might be the strongest. Come on, man, Uncle B, 1846 can fight like 4 ways. You put them in middle of Kingsland, and then they're gonna go all directions and take all the Crusader fortresses. They're that strong. At least they look like they're that strong. Monarch, Rock Farm, don't talk trash. Okay, guys, let's not talk trash. I don't know what he said, but seriously, I mean, what's the point, right? Like saying something good or bad about one kingdom or the other here on like a small YouTuber's sad little stream, it doesn't change the KD status. Okay, Rock Farm 90. Okay, I'm not gonna read out chats that are kind of derogatory. 556 has fought well this KvK. Yeah, 556 did all right. Anuvab Sharma, 1556 KvK map if possible. Anuvab, man, we were looking at the 1556 map earlier, and we're gonna go take a look again, but we just wanted to start with, I mean, we just wanted to finish this KvK map and see how it's kind of going. Then most of 412 and 47 are waiting in line for 56. Is that true? I don't know. Someone told me Baba may be going back to 1254. Apparently, he said that in some sort of stream with Tekka, I think. So one of my Arab friends said that. So I don't know. Like, people say a lot of things. I don't know what's true or not. Okay, now we are looking at down south. So I can see a DN fort. Is that it? Is that all they have left? DN fort is burning. DN means 60, right? 1860. No, that's not all. 1860 has come out this way as well. And there is... Ooh. This is going to be double rallied at some stage. There's a lot of fighting here. I do see a lot of 1860 numbers, and I do see the other flag kind of burning. Heavy recruitment for 56 after this KvK. Uncle B. Cine, 1860 don't leave 21 side because of prestige. They burn in 21 zone and lose. So guys, I'm not like, I have zero relation with 1860. So I got no friends there. I got no one that kind of I talk to or whatever. So I'm like as neutral as it gets. No special positive or negative feelings, right? So you kind of know that I have bias, and that bias obviously is towards 3065. But then when it comes to the 1860 situation, no bias. But I honestly can't see why you guys talking about wrong decision. Like they went in one zone where there's like no chance that they're not going to be able to go to the next zones, right? So they went in, they have a good position, they probably can take care of 2244 based on 2224 based on how it looks. Like they got the upper hand here. When you have the upper hand here, why wouldn't you come out this way? Like you would. And even if you lose in this zone, you secured one zone. To me, that looks like it's quite secured. Like it's not fully secured yet, but looks like it's gonna be secured. Then you're meant to come out and fight this way. Because if you can win this zone as well, then this kingdom gets locked in, because they're locked in by 1V from the south. And even if you can't lock them in, you drain them at least. So like, I don't see the bad decision. Ugly, that 1860 purple territory was banned, so 1860 ain't winning that zone yet. So that purple territory was banned. Okay, so purple came out this way. That's 1860, yes. So what you're saying is they banned one flag. They kind of went in this way, but then 1860 is still kind of doing all right here, no? Okay, their flag is burning. Okay, maybe you guys are right. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe 1860 shouldn't have gone both ways. Maybe. Saying that, if they had to choose one side to go, I would have chosen the bottom side, not the top. Because if you come bottom, then this kingdom gets locked in the middle, as in 1021. Like if 1860 came full force south and from there down upwards 1V came, then that's probably a better decision. So in a way, maybe they should have focused more on this side rather than not coming in on this side at all. Maybe. But then again, as I said, I'm not in leadership, I'm not in planning. What do I know? I'm more like an entertainer who follows the action. Now, we do have a rally coming in from DN. Let's see how that kind of goes. Now, ooh, there's a swarm going on. Why? Why are you swarming? Rally is coming. Yeah, and that's a Flavius Zenobia. Like, seriously? That's your pick for swarming? Okay, let's read the rest of the chat. I need to catch up to chat and then I don't feel pressured. Ned M. Sometimes it's better to have a bird in hand than go for two birds in the bushes. You know what? During one of my finance courses, someone put, like it was one of the questions and they said, explain in financial terms, what does it mean? And I kind of explained in general sense, bird in hand, bird in bush, you know, having something secured is better and whatnot, what you mean here. And then I got a 0 out of it because I was meant to talk about future value, current value in financial terms. So that reminds me of uni. So I don't like you anymore, Nenem. Ugly, because while they're kind of burning 2224 in that zone, they're getting kind of wrecked in the other zone. Okay, so that's another kind of issue where I don't know how much 1860 has in the tank, right? So if 1860 has a lot in the tank, then they can afford this. But then yeah, it's true, they got like 93 in the end, so it's not like, you know, this zone is the last zone, so everyone kind of needs to have quite a bit in the tank. Now, what's going on with that rally? Is the rally still on? Too many marches around and I can't see the rally action anymore. Kevin Rapp, 1860 overrated kingdom. Kevin, I'm not too sure if they're overrated, but then this is like, you know, perspective kind of comes in. So to be overrated, you gotta be considered as a top KD in the first place. So is 1860 considered as one of the top KDs? Like you know how people consider, I mean, 1846 it's its own class, but then if you look at the next level, say for example 1254, 1365, 1556, does people consider 1860 to be the same level as that? So if you say that yes, people consider them to be at that level, then kind of the overrating comes in. But in my head, I kind of don't see them that high, but I could be wrong. I don't know. As I said, I don't know any friends. I don't have anyone in 1860, so I don't know how they're kind of rated. But then I still think they're big enough where they can, you know, push this way and have a little bit of a foothold up top. But I could be wrong. Again, I can only comment about 1365 confidently because that's where my account is. Every other KD that I talk about, whatever I'm saying, I hope I'm not being disrespectful, but whatever I'm saying is just an opinion, not even like an educated opinion. Okay, so did the flag burn? No, the flag didn't burn. Okay, now let's have a look at other action on the map. There's nothing touching here. There's a bit of, there's a lot of touching going on here. So who is touching who? And is this action? Ooh, this is good action. Okay, there's a flag burning here. So whose flag? Oh, that's 1860. So the more and more I look, I think I kind of agree with you guys. 1860 is heavily under pressure, so if they wanted to go south, they probably should have gone like a lot more, with a lot more push, a lot more force. Uncle B, I am in 1846, bro. It's not actually feasible. Uncle B, I'm in 1846, bro. It's not actually feasible. Okay, that's not at me. That's at LADUS RoK. No, that is at me. I am LADUS RoK. Sorry, I forgot my name. I am LADUS RoK. Okay, so what's not feasible, man? Going both ways? Oh, I think you're replying to what I said about 1846. Like, dropping 1846 in Kingsland, and then they can still kind of go every which direction and win. Uncle B, the way you played that 1075 KvK, oh my god, that's like people should write a textbook on that. How to flag, where to go, and all that. So impressive. So you definitely should. Now, who is? Ooh. So much burning. Every flag is kind of gone. IO21. All I see is IO21. DN is under heavy pressure. Okay. So now is probably the time for 1860 to make a call whether they're gonna keep fighting south, or whether I agree with you guys now. I mean, initially I still think they took a chance going both ways, but I can see how my viewers are more knowledgeable than me and made the right call. Based on what I see now, all that touching going on there, it's not in favor of 1860 at all. Now, 1860 is mostly European, right? So if they're mostly European, they're going towards their uptime. So it's not like, it's a downtime situation. Helgi, now that 1846 finally changed focus to the other zone to not get caged there, 2224 is about to burn them. Yeah, with the split forces, yeah, they're probably kind of stretched. That's how it looks. But then, based on, okay, did 1860 have a easy KvK last KvK? Because last KvK they looked like really strong. They must have had an easy KvK last KvK then. Because I just saw one KvK from 1860, which was the last one, and they kind of looked strong. So that must have been the last one. Kevin Rath, what's your prediction about this KvK? Okay, so this is where again a little bit of a bias probably come in. I have never seen 1v lose. I have never seen 1034 lose, like ever. So they somehow win. So I think 1v side, like look at that, their glowing banner and everything. I think 1v will win because they always do. Is there not like an exclamation mark or something that I can click on? No. Okay, we go this way. Alliance. Now look at that. They just don't know how to lose. So safe bet, whether you know about the KDs, whether you don't know about the KDs, the side that 1v is somehow always wins. It's kind of like 1846 in a different level, different scale, but they still always win. So I kind of don't know how they're gonna do that against 1093, but I think somehow they will. We got a new member, Ayush Ghosh. Ayush, thank you, man. Thank you for becoming a member. Much appreciated. Now you can use your custom emojis, and when you talk in chat, you get to have your cool LADUS RoK badge. Okay, I'm behind, so far behind on chat. Karthik Vikram, all the best, buddy. Hey, man, thank you. Anuvav, 1556. Yes, we're gonna go have a look at 1556 now, and then we're gonna come back to this as soon as I catch up to chat, whilst you're kind of, you know, looking at this open field fighting. MNH 1860 getting pushed back in a zone which is needed to reach 1034. 1034 can come out, man. 1034. The only KD here that can stop 1034 is 1093, and 1093 is in the other corner. So any other KD that I see, including 1021, I mean, they're fighting amazing, but including 1021, I think 1034 is too strong to be, you know, not break through whatever kingdom. Colton Greg, Colton, thank you for your subscription, man. Now this fighting doesn't look that intense. It actually doesn't look that intense, so we are kind of not too interested about it, and I'm still not up to date with chat, so I need to find somewhere else where we can kind of put the screen on. This is burning. There's a lot of DN on the left hand side, there's some on the right hand side, but more numbers on 21 over here on the left. Wow, this is like way too much 1021. Okay, how about you guys just look at some 1021 walking around. Even that walking around is quite impressive because they have the red logo around them, not logo, red kind of border with the king's skill and all. You know, they're just walking around enemy territory. Where are all the Pakals and Heralds? It's like, you know, there's no Pakal Herald in this kingdom. At least 1860 doesn't abuse Pakal Herald. That's all I get out of this. When I say abuse, it's legit. Like, the game lets you do it, so there's nothing wrong with it. So don't take it the wrong way. Okay, 1860 thought they could wait too. MNH, it's bad because even they're winning in the other zone, will definitely lose it when 93 comes, so they will get locked in zone 4. Okay, I kind of see what you're saying. Okay. Ugly. I wouldn't chosen 222 side and leave 2021 to 1034 who won't have any other fight. This way 1860 would also go fresh against 19. You know what? That makes sense as well. So Egli is trying to say that 1860 shouldn't have gone this way, and in the next zone they would let 1034 face 1021, and they should have just focused on this zone. But then, guys, if you want to think that way, then 1860, as much as I'm saying that I think they're strong, 1093 is stronger. So regardless, they're gonna kind of not win in this zone. So, like, either way you look at it, 1860 does have a tough fight in front of them. Well, that's not a bad thing, right? Fun KvK. TNV at LADUS Bro, will 1365 fight 1846 is in Kingsland? Yeah, of course. 1365 will definitely fight 1846 in Kingsland and probably get smashed by 1846. So I don't have my hopes up. But we'll fight, of course. Monarch, you should migrate in a big kingdom and stream us an exciting live show. So as much as like the account that I'm streaming with, this is my alt. So last KvK with this alt was a big KvK. So that was 1365, which this one is in 1365. So 1365 versus 1556 and 1254, 1875, so all that. But then I couldn't stream. So it's not to do with not being in a big KD, but the problem was there were like certain days where I was not allowed to stream and all that, and that's to do with 1365 policies. So I think in a way, if you're like as big as Chizgul, then there are certain rules that you can, like, people are probably more accepting of you. I don't know how to put it, but then I didn't stream because I couldn't stream. But this time around, yesterday I did stream with a little bit of a delay, but there was just not enough fighting. And in terms of the main account, I have been kind of thinking about taking it to a big kingdom, and some of the leaders from 1556 did talk to me, so still considering. So thinking along the same lines. Egli, also, yes, 1860 has been considered top KD many times, but that's only because they have been winning easy KvKs against weak opponents. That's why they're getting roasted now, fighting good kingdoms. Okay, now that's not like a really nice comment, so I don't know how to react to that. We'll see. I mean, if 1860 kind of doesn't, like, look at this, so that flag is burning, that flag isn't kind of burning. So 1860, whether it be strategically or manpower wise, whichever way they kind of pull it back, they need to pull it back to kind of maintain their strong KD status, right? Uncle B, even if 1860 get out, they're going to have to spend so many troops and RSS because of bad leadership decisions. 1860 don't have more spot. We have a new subscriber, VYSP. VYSP, thank you for your subscription. Now the 1860 fighting, it doesn't look like it's a lot of fighting. You know what fighting I want to kind of have a look at? The 1671, that looked a lot more interesting. Where is it? Nope. Now, if 1093 was fighting, obviously we'll look at that as well. But one side enemy decided not to fight. The other side they got allies. So 93 doesn't have any kind of fighting going on. So we're gonna have a look at this area. Was it this area? Where was it? I think there was some fighting going on here. Yep. Now have they started rallying? So we can see 71 has pushed in towards the right hand side. There was a flag there from 1501 that they managed to burn. On the left hand side, 71's flag is intact and 71 is pushing in. So somewhere here, I think there's a rally. Can I click on the rally? Because I see the Alliance logo from 71 somewhere here. But then I think we need the fighting to thin out a little bit, then we can see the rally. And that gives me time to have a read of chat again. Superior Warrior, 1860 is not at the same level like 54, 56, 86. Yeah, I kind of thought so. And I'm kind of offended, Superior Warrior. How come you didn't say 1365 in the same category? Maybe take out the 1846, put the 1365 there, because 1846 is probably like a same category. 1860 good at. Nah, I'm not gonna read that out. Zonkers, lol. Chien Viet. 1603, no key defense, Zeno Flavius. Where did you get 1603? Oh, 1603. Okay, we were there before. Now that I'm reading chat so late, some of it won't make sense, but I'll still go through. TNVet, I know what you meant. Egli, they need to stop wasting troops and RSS against 1021. They need to secure 224 Zone 5 and prepare to fight 93. Egli, based on what I saw, yeah, kind of makes sense. Uncle B, LADUS RoK leadership team in 1846 is super impressive when it comes to flagging and strategy. Problem with the fight on two fronts is not everyone had unlimited speeds and RSS. Yeah, that's kind of true. And then what you said is very true as well. Oh, over here, time for Zenobia to be bye-bye. Because it's heavy swarm and the rally is still on. And then see how this like 71D, that's the rally. Who is the rally? That's XY and Nevsky and heavy swarm. Was it Flavius? I couldn't tell. I think it was Flavius. Yep, because I don't see the boats, so it has to be Flavius. So Uncle B, 1846, what you talked about their flagging and strategy, very impressive. Yes, like 1846 won some really hard KvKs. None of their KvKs has been easy. Even this one there with 1365, like if it was a 4v4, I would say that 1846 is taking a easy KvK, but they're not. Like it's not 4v4, it's 3v4, to say the least. So definitely, I mean, but they're powerful, so you know they should win. Not that I hope they win because they're fighting against us, but then they probably will. Okay. Okay, this is a funny comment, so I'm gonna read it out. Not that I agree with it, but it's a funny comment. Nen M 1860 playing with Harry Maguire. So guys, that's not my comment, that's Nen M's comment, so I have a go at him for making bad comments. I just read it out because it's funny, but I did not read out quite a few that were not funny, I guess. Zonkers, yeah, easy KvK. Ugly, yes, last KvK they barely fought. They always chose in. Oh my god, it's quite a few non 1860 lovers here, I guess. Monash 2K never lost against anyone like 1v. Then 2K met 93 and lost. Ah, yes, 2K lost to 93. Yeah, 2K was pretty strong. I actually have a very good friend in 2K. He's one of the guys that plans Ark over there, and I do get to talk to him from time to time about like different things, you know, how they do things in 2K and all that. Seems like a very good kingdom. Okay, now you guys know what has happened there. 71 flag got burned, and on the left hand side that flag is not burning. So 71 doesn't have it easy. 71 doing pretty good though. Guys, I got a noob question. Sorry, I'm a noob. When I see that raise, is that the 1965? Is that raise from Osiris League, like the raise that does really well, or is that like someone else that's, you know, using that alliance name, or is it like the real raise alliance? If someone knows, can you let me kind of know? Uncle B, Monash not just lost, got wasted, wasn't even close. Okay, Ayush, hey, looking good, man. Again with your membership badge and the custom emojis. In Vietnam, 1860 was I'm not reading that. 1860 leadership. RoK Farm. Okay, actually that's not a bad comment. I can read it out. Now RoK Farm, I'm kind of getting scared of you. You kind of write very nasty comments, but this I can read. 1860 leadership. Don't know how 93 fights. Wasting RSS speed ups in zone 5 versus 2 camps is a bad move. 93 does fight a lot, I guess. Yep. Okay, Uncle B agrees with RoK Farm. Okay, that's a unity that we like to see because they were not getting along earlier. Pit RoK Let's go 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's have a look at where is 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 didn't have much fight right yet, so you guys are gonna get to fight pretty soon. So 2, 3, 4, 5, bottom right hand corner, 1, 6, 7, 1 hasn't gone that way at all. So 2, 3, 4, 5 still waiting for their first action, I guess. Cine 1860 got locked top side. They have chance for a 34, but it's hard to because of 1671 coming bot side and one to lock 2345. This KvK going to lose 1860. Yeah, I mean, if and this is just, you know, my personal take, I guess. So if that bottom left KD wasn't 1034, I would say 1860 lost already. But that KD is 1034 1v. 1v does amazing things somehow all the time. So, like, I don't know. I have never seen them do. But then, as someone said, 2K was in the same boat until they faced 93. So maybe 93 can break that situation as well. Vietnam M. This KvK of 1860 will depend on 1034. If they hit well, 1860 will win. Viet, I kind of agree. I just finished my Pakal. Now 3 weeks until I get T5. Hit rocks. Hey, congratulations and good call on finishing Pakal. Hopefully you have a Herald already or working on Herald, because as much as we make fun out of it, like if you're in a not winning situation, you need Pakal Herald to get your 30k. That helps a lot. 1860 getting locked. Now both flags repairing. This is the pickle. If that's so, then I think 1034 is going to lose LOL, even though 1860 and 1034, just so they could secure the win. Uncle B, LADUS RoK 1846 will have 4v1 in zone 6. 1846 will have 4v1 in zone 6. Yes, they will. 19 June. Yes, 4v1. 4v1. I don't think anyone should be able to handle a 4v1, but if anyone can, it's probably 1846. So, I mean, I'm not wishing you luck. You're my opponents, this KvK, but I think you guys can do it. Monarch, you're not a small streamer. You just need a big KD to back you. Yeah, that definitely helps. So what do you guys think? 1556 big enough as a base to kind of, you know, become a bigger streamer? Anchor, after refund scam, 1860 hasn't fought at half KvK. 1860 didn't have like the refund situation impacting them too much, right? I always thought 1860 is more like a clean KD, like they don't have refunders and all that, right? Because I only heard the refund scam about one particular KD, you know, that got hit really bad because most of their people were doing dodgy things. I don't know. Leaders, TNV, leaders of 1860 resemble leaders of 1671. They suffer from illusion. Hey man, 1671 doing alright. Where's the illusion? I mean, you know, they're doing alright. They went up and they got a good bit of zone here. They didn't think too much of themselves. They didn't go the other way either. They just went one direction. So 1671 kind of, you know, did well. They're winning their zone, right? No? Okay, now going up top on the left again. So we're gonna go to the 1556 KvK and check that out again. But then for the time being, let's just kind of keep an eye here. Let's see if anyone can get a burn on the other one. Okay, so we got a coordinate here from a VWS SP, and I'm reading it late, so maybe the action is gone from there. But we'll still go and check. Ooh, imprison, not too late. Thank you, VYSP. So who is imprisoned? A 99 million power player, 8 minutes left. So 2 minutes ago the imprison came in and we got 1021 all around. Yep, all around. Now is he gonna get any reinforcements from anyone? Doesn't look like it. So he's kind of on his own. Now I don't know whether he got War Frenzy or not, but we're gonna stay on the screen. In the next couple minutes we should have a rally coming in, and I don't know whether after the rally he will be swarmable straight, but we'll see what 1021 kind of does there. Uncle B, yes, that's Rage from OL. Okay, well then I'm a Rage fan. Rage did make me a lot of points over the OL seasons. So I mean, I was kind of a 1671 fan earlier, but now I feel like, you know, I have a little support for Rage. Rich Belico, hey man, midnight here, happy streaming. Hey man, 2 a.m. here. I don't know why I'm still streaming, but then there's a lot of action, so why stop? Egley is the real race, but I don't know, most of the OGs are still there. Ah, okay. So they, yeah, I mean, the first couple of Osiris leagues, I think Raze was even bigger, but then the last one, they were not as big. So that kind of makes sense. Chilsey, what do you think about the new video RoK dropped this morning about the update? So say for example, few important things to talk about there, I think. So I mean, I thought that's the rally that's hitting the bar for. Okay, so firstly, Egypt, the civilization, I think the bonuses are nice. So you get 10% archer attack, you get 10% rally damage, and then you get the other two are for early game. You get building, a little bit of building and a little bit of research speed up. So as a civilization bonus, that's pretty good. So if you're an archer rally leader, or you obviously have to, it's like Arabia now. So there's an archer version of Arabia, which is now Egypt. So archer rally leaders probably have to switch there. The city skin, the Zenith city skin, the 15% infantry attack, I don't know whether it's worth as much. I mean, the only Zenith that I ever went for was the 10% infantry health. Like, I don't see how the 15% attack, even though it's 50%, it's better. So I kind of don't think it's better. So not that hyped about it. In terms of the two new commanders, Imhotep, he's epic, but even for an epic, his first skill is pretty cool with the debuff, up to 5 targets where they take more damage or something like that, I think. And then when it comes to the legendary Tutmosis, but they didn't call it Tutmosis. I think they typed it Tutmose. But either way, ooh, we got the rally, Tutmosis or Tutmose, however you wanna say it. Oh my god, that's a disappointment. Oh my god, hey man, you're 99, I'm judging you now. You're 99 million power. You couldn't take a little bit of the rally, get a little hospital full, and, you know, get some dead troops. Could have bubbled after a while before your hospital is full, like, you know, depriving us of any action. So anyways, we're talking about Tutmosis or Tutmosis and that archer. I mean, he's not OP, but for an early game archer, if you think about it, he's kind of OP. So your reference point is early game commanders. You're talking about Elcid and, you know, Barca and Julius Caesar and whatever. So amongst them, he's like a god. So early game nowadays, you can kind of get your YSG, you can get your what's it called, Tutmosis, and you have a very solid archer player. So previously people couldn't be archer players early game because no good archer commanders. Now that kind of changed obviously with that. Dark green NV, show 86 side please. 860 side please. What's up? DN1 still dropping a ton of GCs. Okay, so 1860 on the other side. Okay, so they're not through the purple line. They're not even trying to fight. They're letting 2224 flag up that way. And then when it comes to these two areas, they're not focusing as much because they have most of their troops down south on the left. So it's not like there's heavy action going on here, and 2224 has more numbers. So they can, if they kind of port out of this area, then yeah, they can probably secure this. But based on how they're going now, 1021 looks really strong, and they got this side completely, and all the flags are burning there. But then over here, 1860 does have a little bit of a better presence, and maybe they can push because their forts or flags are not burning here. And they're kind of pushing in on this side, and that's a flag repairing. Okay, so overall, yeah, 1860 is not necessarily in a good spot. Their savior could be 1034. If 1034 manages their reputation of never losing, then they kind of win. 1671 is doing somewhat alright down south, and 1093 we all know is a strong kingdom, so maybe this time 1B faces a very tough Kingsland against 1093. So now we're gonna go and take a look at the 1556 again. Khalid, 1501 make great work and fight. Yeah, 1551 is fighting pretty good. 16 against 1671, it's not like they're doing bad at all. So guys, I think we kind of covered the 1556 situation a little bit at the start of the stream, but I will just quickly go through a few things here. So 1556 is not pushing in heavy against 2100. So they're touching 2100 forts here. They're touching again 2100. This is all 2100 forts here. So they're not pushing 2100 as much. And I think that's a good call, because 2100 losing troops versus 1556 losing troops, it's worse for 1556. So they're not pushing in here at all. But then when it comes to 2244, this is where they're pushing in, and I think that's a good call because they need to make 2244 lose troops and, you know, drop out of Imperium, lose speed ups, lose resources and all that, which is why they're pushing in here. But the push, not necessarily the strongest push, because, you know, as you can see, this fort is not burning. They are getting one fort to burn though. How long is left? So I don't know whether we can see in this stream that fort being burned, but maybe. We'll see. Probably not, actually. Khalid, B rank, but fight and hold very good against 71. Oh, 1501 is B rank. Okay, well, if that's very impressive then. Like, I knew they're not Imperium, but I didn't know whether 1501 is B rank. But if they're a B seed kingdom, then that is very impressive. That is very impressive. I mean, I think 1671 is still kind of gonna win that zone, but then the resistance 1671 has put in is obviously a little bit, I mean, quite a bit impressive. So guys, 1556 is doing a lot of open field fighting. So why did you guys insist that we come and check it out? There's no hope of, I mean, I wanted to check it out, but not the second time in the same stream. It's not like there's a lot of action going on here other than open field. It's KE, everyone does open field, but it's not like we have a lot of rally action. So they're pushing in this way. What do you achieve by pushing in this way? Can you drop a fort there? Probably not. Surely they have checked and they know you can't, fort here. Then just with open field marches, pushing in, like, I don't know. Oh, I see 4 there. Alright guys, now we have gone through all 3 KvKs and kind of given you an update on what's happening with 1365 versus 1846, that KvK. We talked about the 1860, 1034 and 1093 KvK, and we obviously had a look at 1556 versus the 1254 KvK situation as well. So none of these 3 KvKs are completely over yet. But then based on the current situation in each of those KvKs, you kind of can tell who has an upper hand, and we'll kind of see how that kind of works out. So for the next few days, we are going to keep an eye out for all these KvKs, and my time it's 2 a.m. So I'm probably going to call it a day. Tomorrow, I hope that I get to start streaming a little bit earlier, then I can stream a little bit longer. But 2 a.m. I don't think it's a good idea for me to kind of carry on anymore. I need to go and have a sleep. So thank you everyone for being on chat. Now today I was a little clumsy in kind of going through the chats, and as I am streaming a little bit more, I'm gonna learn how to kind of manage chat and read a little bit more as well. I do have a few special thanks for the day. So VYSP, thank you for your subscription. Colton Greg, thank you for your subscription. And Ayush Ghosh, thank you for becoming a member. And everyone in the chat, thank you for keeping chat lively, and it's always good to have a conversation rather than just me talking non-stop. So thank you everyone again, and I hope to see you all tomorrow in another stream. Now for the day, other than the stream, if you have watched the stream already, you can consider watching the 2 of the videos that we posted today. So one of them is a short just with the skill animation of the new commanders, and the other one is like a summary of the update translated from the Viet Rise of Kingdoms website. The Viet one, for some reason, always has a bit more details, so we kind of translated things out of that. So you can definitely consider watching that out, checking that out as well. All right, thank you for today. Good night everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.